touchdown.
The route, and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the
pass, pumps to the left, 8 seconds left. He gets away from the pressure, fires to the end zone. It's caught! It's Greg Lewis! Oh my heavens! Greg Lewis's first catch has given the Minnesota. Ball's out, picked up by the Vikings. Chelsea getting ready to throw the foot race. Way ball Chelsea. No flags. Touchdown Minnesota. Steps into it. Pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of House Calls with Skoldoc here and Dave, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. Dave, one thing to say to you, my friend. 7-2, bitches.
Okay. I agree, man. I agree. I felt, same deal, man. It was an indie game, except they had an offensive touchdown. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm just happy as shit to watch a good defense for that will carry a team when it's down, when the offense is down. And that's the takeaway for me.
It's so weird to say when the offense is down because that almost insinuates that the offense didn't put up yards, didn't break records for possessing the football
Right.
for over 40 minutes.
First team to
But
go over
did
40.
score ultimately 12 points in an effort. Like, it made zero sense. But, I mean, it does
someone
make sense.
posted someone posted a screenshot on Twitter and said 300 yards, like 80 something, and it was like second, or I don't know what quarter it was, third quarter, and they said guess the score.
Yeah.
And we were losing.
Dude, Sam Darnold was putting me through it. He was putting us all through it. We all felt the same. Like, I tweeted out, I was like, is it time to think about Nick Mullins just to get us through the rest of this game, just to get this dub in the win column here? And the coach, Kevin O'Connell, said that never crossed his mind. They stuck with it for better or for worse throughout the rest of that game. But the thing about Darnold, to me, going back to training camp and earlier this season, is he has been able to move on past those bad plays that he has every game, but not this game. It's every time he got into that red zone, you're just holding your breath every time he threw the football because you were anticipating an interception. And sure as shit, he threw it 3 times. Almost 4.
Yeah. So I still hold we'd be 7-2 with Nick Mullins. That's the way I feel. And I think the differences between Nick Mullins and Sam Darnold, obviously it's arm strength and mobility, but throwing the ball, Nick Mullins throws with anticipation. He's very good at that. He just does not have the arm strength, so he will underthrow people. Yeah. Sam Darnold, he was late a lot. Even like when there was a ball, just like, okay, TJ Hawkins is open. When are you going to get it to him? Oh, let's wait till they're really close so they hit him when he catches it. And then it was behind Justin and went for a pick, even though that ball hit the ground. It's just like he's late. Nick Mullins is, anticipates throws. It's just that he will underthrow somebody because he can't make that throw. Sam Darnold can make that throw. He can make all the throws. There's not a throw that Sam Darnold cannot make. It's just like he's a tick behind right now. It's like he's like behind, and I don't know if it's him just too much into his head, and decision making is an issue. And again, that's what we was known for, making bad decisions with other teams. I didn't think at all to bench him this game. Well, honestly, I did. I was about to tweet. Yeah. I'm like, Nick Mullins time, but I didn't.
Mad tweeting, yeah.
But I didn't feel like it was necessary to bench him because how well he was moving the ball for us. I just think, God, just get rid of those bad decisions.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And to your point on Nick Mullins, he's thrown the ball 1 time this season. Do you recall what the pass was?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was he could have thrown it. Well,
could have been a touchdown.
Wasn't an arm strength thing. It was more like a timing thing. Like he threw it early, but he should have put air underneath it and let the guy run underneath it.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was an arm strength issue though on that play.
It's always an arm strength issue with that damn guy. But no, I understand what you're saying.
It wasn't a very far throw.
It wasn't a far throw. Yeah, he just put way too much air under it. He needed to leave that out there for Aaron Jones.
Yeah, he needed to throw it and let Aaron Jones run underneath it. It might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, and but anyways.
But he threw it early, right? He threw it like really quick. That was like his
first read. Yeah, but I'm not going to go that far to say that this team would be 7-2 with Nick Mullins, just because I've seen how this team operates with Nick Mullins, and he can throw for 400 yards. He didn't have this defense. No, that is true. But I just know his limitations and his, just the shit where he throws the ball into the defensive tackle's gut on his way down, like that stupid stuff that he does.
I know. People bring that play all the time. It was 3rd down. Don't take a sack.
Yeah.
That was the problem on that play.
I'm just not going to get Nick Mullins truther. I don't think Nick Mullins and Sam Darnold are on the same level in terms of like a football.
No.
So I'm going to give Darnold a little bit more credit than that and say that this offensive performance up through 9 games up to this point has been led by him. For better or for worse, he has had a lot of really good moments. Justin Jefferson's had a great season because in part of Sam Darnold so far. But he does need to cut the shit in terms of the interceptions in the red zone. I mean, it's 9, I think, this year in the red zone alone. Is that crazy?
Are you at a point – he's leading the league 14, I think, right?
13 turnovers leads the league.
Are you at a point where you're kind of anticipating him to throw a pick when you get down there?
I was during the game this week. Yeah, I'm not. Other than that, I'm not. Even though we just saw one against the Colts, but once he threw 2 in this game, that 3rd time we got down there, I was like, oh shit, here it comes. And when you watch that last one where he threw it towards the pylon. He missed 5 yards inside. I mean, you look at the play. I understand what he's seeing, and it's open. You just got to execute the damn throw. And
you got to throw it out. You got to throw it away, make him toe tip the sideline or something.
Yeah. So I don't remember where I saw this, but somebody broke down when Darnold is on time and he spends less than 4 seconds in the pocket, he's really good, right? But when he's back there and he's scanning the field, I think this comes from Matthew Collar, but he's like, he'll see stuff flash where he sees it open for a second and he'll pull the trigger. But I feel like his feet aren't married to where he wants to throw it. That's where you see the bad mechanics and the bad inaccuracy. And then that leads to the interception, right? That's the seeing ghost thing of Sam Darnold, where he's just missing dudes because he's just relying on guys flashing into these areas of zones. And it's a problem. He's got to figure that out. Otherwise, we are probably going to drop one here to a bad football team if we don't figure that out.
Yeah, it would nice to come out of the road, a road trip 3-0, right? Oh, we lost him. Frozen again. He'll pop back on. Now, I talked about guys that stood out in this game. Aaron Jones, Warrior, comes back. The reason why I got carted off the field, if anybody didn't know, he said is that the x-ray machine was on the other side of the building. So he had to get it on a cart to go that. And I saw the helmet to the ribs, man, high up on the ribs. It was a serious, I thought, oh my gosh, this might cost him a game. Well, he came back out there because he wanted to finish that game. He ended up getting 88 yards. So what a warrior. Cam Akers, not a lot of yards per carry, but honestly, he came in and spelled Aaron Jones really well. So great job there. Sam Darnold was the whole story, though. 3 interceptions, could have been 5. Honestly, one of the interceptions hit the ground. I don't know why they didn't cover that. Ty Chandler actually came in there and had a nice little spell in there when Aaron Jones went down. But hey, we had 43 carries in the game. When's the last time that happened? We had 43 carries and 38 passing attempts. Let's say that again. We had 43 and 38. When's the last time we had more? Let me bring on Skoldoc. So Skoldoc, I was just talking about when's the last time you've seen an NFL team, let alone the Vikings, 43 carries to 38 passing attempts, 81 total plays, but more rushes than we had passing attempts. And I was just bragging on Aaron Jones coming back from the chest injury to come finish the game out and get the over for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you called that. You said he might get tweaked, and he did, but he came back. And did you hear why he took the cart back to the?
Yeah, I told it that it was because it was on the other side of the building. That's why it was on the cart.
But it freaked us all out.
Right.
I thought for sure he had a cracked rib.
Yeah, it was a helmet straight to the ribs, man. Oh, that looked bad. But
the red zone.
Shouting out the running game. Even Ty Chandler came in and spelled him.
Mm-hmm.
Got a few carries there and looked good. But the fact that we had more rushing attempts than passing attempts is crazy.
Yeah. You wish they could do just a little bit more in the red zone and make it easier on the offense in the red zone, because that is a cheat code if you can run the ball in the red zone. But
instead of running like reverses.
Yeah, but how about TJ Hawkinson, man? We called it.
Oh,
we said that this was the game where, he got his feet wet last week, but this is the game where we're going to see him for more snaps. And he's got that little stick route that he does, that little wide choice route that he does, uncoverable. He's going to get a first down every time.
Yards.
He's so smooth in and out of those cuts, and he catches everything, dude. He's like Kyle Rudolph in that sense. Like the ball gets into him.
Speaking of Kyle Rudolph, freaking Oliver had a Kyle Rudolph catch. You see that?
Did. Yeah,
that was amazing.
Refs did not see the one-handed snag, but that was one of those interesting ones where he kind of got his wrist underneath it. But yeah, another thing while we're on the subject, how in the hell did that interception in the end zone stand? That looked for sure like it hit the ground.
Yeah, even the booth thought that.
That was so ridiculous to me. I have no idea how that stood.
When it came back from commercial, I was, well, I guess they decided to give him the catch.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. Like, no, that hit the ground, dude, and it moved. That was some crap. We haven't been, we've been on the backside of some of those calls recently.
Interesting enough, you want to know my most heated moment watching that football game? I think I tweeted something. You might have caught me. Did you see a heated tweet from me during the game?
Probably. I don't remember, though.
So we had a 34-yard field goal, and John Parker Romo comes in and pushes one right to where it almost kissed the upright. It looked like it wasn't going to be good.
Oh, God, it was close.
And I tweeted, I exhaled, but I was so mad, where I was like, it's 34 yards. My high school kicker, when I was playing high school football, could kick a 34-yard field goal.
My kicker is a badass. He was All-State.
Like, you're a professional kicker in the NFL. I know that you just got here. You have a new long snapper. You're figuring your shit out. Just put a swing on it. You know what I mean?
Make it interesting.
Make it look confident, at least.
That wasn't the one where Wright had to reach out and snag it. Was it? That was a different one.
That was a different one.
But hell, good job. Well, they all got game balls.
Yeah, they did.
Nobody on the offense did. I would have gave one to TJ Hawkinson.
True. He just got one last game, so coach is probably sharing the love.
Okay. Yeah, but nobody on offense got him. It was the three special teamers got him.
You watched the Lions.
You went Oprah on the defense again. You're getting the ball. You're getting the game ball.
Yeah. Did you watch?
And they deserve it.
You watched the Lions game last night? Or no?
I listened to it. I was out there working.
There was a play. They ran a touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown where they motioned him from left to right and just threw him a little screen. It's like a tunnel screen type thing, and just let him run 10 yards into the end zone for an easy touchdown. I watch shit like that for other teams, and I'm like, can we do that for JJ, please? Do we have to make everything so cute and hard? Can we just manufacture easy touches like that?
Yeah, it was like Randy Moss back in the day. I think it was it Dallas or Thanksgiving Dallas. He had 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, and one was just like a little quick hitter. He made a guy miss and he ran it all the way down he did a stutter step, and the guy had the angle on him. He did a stutter step and kept going.
Yep.
Yeah, play like that. But yeah, I was just shout out to Oliver. He's getting on. He's making the best of his opportunities now. That's a dangerous combination. We had 124 yards from our tight ends. That's incredible. Jordan Addison's not getting the ball still.
Still, dude, he's always open. He's still open, I promise you. Just throw him the freaking football.
Maybe we need a red helmet or
something. Samuel fucking Darnold. Give him the football. What are you doing? Stop throwing it to Justin Jefferson when he's got a guy in his kitchen leading to a deflected interception.
A guy that stands out, of course, comes back. Blake Cashman still kind of runs. I feel like he makes a difference in this.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. I saw something about the EPA ranking of this defense, obviously taking a huge step back without him for the Detroit game, for the Rams game, and then he comes back, and I think they were like third in EPA on defense this week, maybe first.
Speaking of EPA, they fired the Jets head coach, and their EPA is the worst in the league since the firing.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, what a dumb move firing him.
Yeah.
Get him a receiver and then let their defense go to shit.
Speaking of coaches who deserve to get fired, let's just all point and laugh at the Chicago Bears right now.
Yeah.
I am loving this.
No, keep them.
I am loving this right now. So I'm sitting here in my dining room in Chicagoland, and this team, these Bears fans, they were jazzed up when this team was 4-2, right? They were like, "Oh, this is a playoff team. We're killing this part of our schedule. We're gonna win some division. We're gonna split in the division, and we're gonna be in the playoffs." And then they lose 3 straight, including one at home to the Patriots, in which they only score 3 points. And what do? So the Chicago Bears, franchise who has been terrible in my lifetime, 33 years, they've been pretty much terrible. They've never fired a coach in season. Never have done it. The McCaskies don't do that. But they're at the point now where they really should. I'm telling you, they should really think about it. So instead, they fire their offensive coordinator. All right. And they're keeping the coach. There was talks of that locker room wanting Caleb Williams to be benched. They want that backup to play. Can't even think of his name right now. Tyler Bagent. They want that kid to play instead of the number 1 pick, Caleb Williams. Things are falling apart in Chicago, and it's pretty fun to watch.
No, you probably didn't watch my shows back in the day, but I was constantly told that by my one of my battery mates is that Chicago's in a better situation than us, and the tank for the health of the club, the long term, you just don't get it. You don't understand it, Dave. I've had people on Twitter tell me that they go on long fucking diatribes about how this is how you build a team and this is what you need to do. And I'm like, we've had fucking 8 3-win or 5-win or less teams in this league in our lifetime, and we haven't won a championship. So that's not the way to do it. We've had high draft picks before. I'm just saying, I wanted to win as many games as possible last year just to make sure that free agents would come fill up this team, because I thought we had a win now team. So yeah, the Bears don't have a better, we have better coaches. We have better coaches than them. I think they have talent. Caleb Williams is not done in this league by any means, but to tell me that when I looked at him in college, I did not see what I was being told was a generational talent. I was not seeing generational talent. I had Washington's quarterback number 1. I thought Caleb Williams was good. I wouldn't cry that we got him, but I didn't feel generational talent. And I think the generational part also has to have the personality and the leadership. And you throw JJ McCarthy in that guy's body and physical ability, you may have like the perfect quarterback, but unfortunately Caleb Williams has his own personality, and I think will hold him back and apparently lose in the locker room. Yeah. Apparently. So
I would like to see what Caleb Williams could do on this Vikings team right
Yeah,
now.
he'd be a different.
People would be saying generational quarterback. They would.
Possibly.
He's that talented. I really do believe that. I think that
That's what I'm saying. Physically.
I think that the Bears are doing what they always do. They ruin quarterbacks because, number one, they draft these kids without having the guy to develop them. Okay. What did we hear about Chicago all offseason? Oh, this
perfect
is
landing spot.
Perfect landing spot. Look at
Do you
these
know who
weapons.
their head coach is?
Yeah. Look at these weapons. Look at these receivers. Best landing spot for a quarterback that we've seen ever, right? Even grading it above what the Minnesota Vikings have with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and our offensive line, Kevin O'Connell, right? No, Chicago's the spot.
Aaron Jones, TJ Hawkinson.
This is what they do. They draft guys. They fire the head coach after their rookie season. They bring in a new guy. They bring in a new offensive coordinator, and the quarterback fails. We've seen it 3 times, right? Mitchell Trubisky, Justin Fields. Like, it's the same story over and over. It's just a clown organization doing the same shit over and over.
Yeah, and was the NFL outdated? It still hasn't invited me on his show this year. I was on his show like 4 times last year. Still hasn't invited me on. He's a Chicago fan. I don't think he wants to hear from me this year.
Maybe don't make a thumbnail of this video saying the Bears are clowns, because he might not invite you over.
Well, he talked shit about us after we lost against one of our losses. He put it on Twitter.
The Rams, probably.
I think you probably seen it because I retweeted it. I'm like, this guy's. Oh, it was after so we lost and the Bears lost on the Hail Mary, and he goes and calls us pretenders, and I'm like, fucking strange to do that after that game that you just had.
I think their game was after our game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was. It was after. It was a later game.
Because I had friends in my group chat too, like, "Oh, are the Vikings frauds?" ? And I'm like, so then that happened to the Bears, and I'm like, "Hey, welcome to the fraud party! Like, come on down."
I don't know. I don't know why I'm not crapping on the Packers this year more than I'm crapping on the Lions and for being dirty, and the Bears for being crap.
I mean, the Packers are a good team, but Jordan Love's been hurt, right? So the Packers have been like a very quiet team this year, like just going along with their business, not really playing a tough schedule to date, just beating teams they're supposed to beat, but not really wowing you, but at the same time, not bad. They're just doing their thing.
What are they? How they come out of the bye
right now?
What?
I think they're 6-3, right?
I think so.
And they play the Bears in Chicago.
Who did they lose to this last game?
The Bears have an opportunity here to do something very funny. The Bears have an opportunity to be god-awful at home, score 3 points against the Patriots, and come out and just boat race the Packers. And those Bears fans will be back, baby. You know what I mean? It's playoff time, baby. Yeah, Super Bowl.
Going all the way.
Oh, we just need to get rid of Shane Waldron, and we're good now. That'd be fun, though.
Well,
go Chicago.
And it seems like every time a team, like the Saints beating the Atlanta, it's like you fire your coach, and all of a sudden everybody rallies around the new coach.
Yeah,
and you see that all the freaking time,
Yeah, I agree.
So it might be one of those cases, but it wasn't the head coach that got rid of it. It was just the OC. Yeah. But because he's the defensive coordinator for the team, it's probably it might end up being like that. But yeah, you still got the same quarterback, so who knows what's going to happen. I'm going to keep a close eye on that one. I might watch. I always put when I have all the games up, I always put the NFC North games so I can watch them. But yeah.
Yes. So just getting back to the Packers, they're 6-3, and their 3 losses are to the Vikings at home, the Eagles in Brazil, and the Lions at home.
So basically all the good teams.
The good teams. Now, they did drop 2 home games against divisional opponents. That's going to be big come later on, for seeding and whatnot. Because they're going to have to play us at US Bank. That's going to be tough. They're going to have to play Detroit at Detroit. So They absolutely have to take care of business at the Bears. They are 6.5-point favorites in Chicago with an over-under of 40.5, which means Vegas does not expect the Bears to score very many points.
You know what kind of reminds me what's going on right now? Was it Bowling Green? JJ McCarthy playing in Bowling Green and having an awful game.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody was like, God, he threw 3 picks in Bowling Green. So I feel like we're throwing 3 picks in Bowling Green right now, and then we're going to come back and be the juggernauts that Michigan was. So these are completely fixable things, man. What's going on right now is completely fixable.
Just don't throw the ball to the other team.
It'd be different if we were turning fumbling balls, like we did last year at the beginning of the season. I feel like it'd be different if we were, getting our defense was giving up tons of yardage, like the Rams game. But I just feel like our defense is solid, even better than solid. That was incredible, honestly, to watch. I don't feel like we're in that situation. Well, I think we can get past it. Even if we did what I hoped he would do and be conservative and play within the system and don't throw picks and throw the ball away. If he does that, we got 6-7 field goals in that game.
Yeah. So I was just looking at the Titans team, and I have some interesting stats here to share with you. Let's start with their defense. Just gut feeling. Let me play this over-under game with you. Titans defense in total yards per game. Would you put them over under number 10 total defense yards per game?
I heard their defense isn't too bad, so under.
So you're saying they're better. They are the number 1 defense in terms of giving up yardage per game, 288 yards. Passing defense.
Well, there's a lot of pick sixes going on, or short fields because of the offense. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So passing yardage per game, they're the number 1 defense in the NFL, giving up 156 passing yards per game. That's mind-boggling to me. I had no idea they were that good against the pass. Rushing yards, 13th, giving up 116 per game. This is really interesting, though, and you just said something like that. Points, where are they over under? I'll put the over under at 20 for points per game defensively.
Okay, so they're giving up more points than 20, so they're up above that.
They rank 29th in the NFL with giving up 26.7 points, despite having the number 1 yardage defense, the number 1 passing defense, and the 13th rushing defense. They somehow allow 26.7.
Well, it's because are they counting the fact that the defense of the other team is scoring?
That's correct. So yes, okay. That's part of it, is that the defense is scoring on the other squad. And then third down percentage, they are number 4 in the NFL. So this is a legit test that the Vikings offense has on the road against the Tennessee defense.
I don't know how they can rank you by the offense giving up a touchdown. It's like, I don't see, that's bullshit.
Let's look at their offense now. So total yards, 27th. Passing yards, 31st. Rushing yards, number 10. So they can run the football a little bit. Points, 27th. They score 17.4 points a game. Third down percentage, 30th. So this might be a defensive brawl that we're about to see.
Yeah, and I guess low bar, we just got a T Kubler. Make sure you follow. Shout out to you. Yeah, Will Levis is a bar that is set pretty low out to outperform him.
Basically, which quarterback's going to lose it for their team?
Yeah.
The over-under on this game is 39.5. That's really low over-under.
Yeah, I figured it'd start dropping with the way we went. You and I both, you had 28 points. I had 31, and we scored 12.
Dude,
like,
we were right there, though, with the yardage that they put up. It could have easily been that. We didn't anticipate Sam Darnold throwing 3 interceptions to a Jaguars defense that had the least amount of interceptions in the league up to that point. Luke Braun talked about that defense and their strategy for that game. He said they just played a shit ton of coverage, a shit ton of quarters, and worked out very well for them. He said their coverage during that game, like their entire secondary, just balled the F out against the Vikings. They played very good ball. I do think that there's some things that we could have taken advantage of based on the fact that they were in split safety the entire day, playing 2 high safeties. I felt like we could have done a little bit more in the screen game. We ran 2 screens.
Throw it short, let them run.
Yeah. We ran 2 screens all day. We did run the ball 40 plus times, like you pointed to earlier. That's because they're in 2 safety the entire day. And that's why TJ Hawkinson was eating all day, because they're in 2 high safety.
And what up, Zoe? Shout out to Mary Fisk, Go for Life, Barber, Bob Swede. You've been in here the whole time. Two-Tone Tony. Shout out to Dave Thibodeau. Thanks for joining. Stick around. Talk about more. Do you feel like apologies should be given to Byron Murphy Jr.?
A little bit, but I mean, to be fair, I don't think he started the season very strong. I think he's really picked it up though. So good on him. Congrats.
Yeah, it's good.
He's playing really good ball. He's going and getting the football. I think he had a couple missed interceptions.
He had 2 drops earlier in the year.
So he could be leading the NFL by two interceptions right now, because he's tied for the league with quarterbacks.
People talk about it. We don't have a star on defense. It's Greenard, right?
I think that's just star power is it's subjective. You know what I mean? These guys are playing like star players. Greenard is killing it. Some of the plays that guy had in the run game, I thought I saw he didn't actually log a pressure, but that was kind of wild. But they only had like 19 passes that game, so it,
I think that log of pressure when he had a hit on a quarterback.
That's a great question. I don't know, but that was something.
Maybe you can't double up. I don't know.
Harrison Smith is certainly a star player. Thank you, Stan, for bringing that up. How much of Harrison Smith do you see out there in terms of like vintage Harrison Smith? I think he's 50% of his old self. Does that sound fair? Like, he's not the same dude, but he's still good.
To his peak, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the same dude, but he's good. But
he stands, like the last game, though, he really stood out.
Yeah.
And now he disappeared. And
it'd be nice if they threw the ball in his direction a little bit more. I just feel like they don't.
I felt like, cornerbacks played really well. I think the safeties played. I think that just is solid. You can't do better, much better than giving up 146 yards. It was almost we didn't have like 3 sacks.
We were talking, we'll go over our pick 6 later, but we were talking about how 200 was such a low bar for Mac Jones. He hit the under.
Yeah.
He didn't even hit 200. I mean, this defense played
their
great.
whole team didn't hit 200.
Yeah, dude. Like, just a great defensive performance.
Hey, Stan, what's up? You want to do since we're talking about the team. So Justin Jefferson, that was an under.
Yeah. That doesn't happen very often.
We missed that one. What did he have? He was the 3rd leading receiver on the team with 48 yards.
Oof.
I felt like he was always covered. Like he was.
You know what that means, though, next week? He's going to go the hell off. He's pissed.
Yeah. The freaking 2 leading receivers were both tight ends. When do you see that on our team?
Yeah.
Nuts.
I mean, that shows you the coverage they're playing, right? They're playing
right, and that's what I was saying. Catch and run, throw
exactly.
it short. Well, in fact, one of the picks was Justin Jefferson running a slant, and the guy was all over him, but it was under 5 yards.
Yeah,
so you could do that, and that's where that tip ball came in. I don't know.
I would have
maybe
liked
they
to
were
see
trying
more,
it, but it didn't happen.
I would like to see more bunch formation where you clear. You give Jefferson a nice little clear over the middle, get him the ball running over the middle
like a
that.
Natural pick.
Yeah, natural pick play. Do some more like that. But I don't know. Kevin O'Connell's a smarter dude than I am, so
we got Aaron Jones. We both hit the over on that. Didn't look good.
Right.
But I was talking earlier about how much of a warrior was that he came back in and played like with that. A helmet to the ribs, man. It looked like worse than it was, probably, maybe, but Jordan Addison, we already talked about that. You went under. There you go. I went over. You got one on me.
Got one.
There you go. Picking me off one at a time here. Both went over on TJ Hawkinson. We just talked at length about him.
What'd he finish at?
He led the team with 72 yards, 8 catches.
Good for him. Great game.
Mac Jones, 206. We both took the over on that. So, and then what? Did he miss us by 2 yards? What the fuck?
Oh, he got to 200. Wow.
No, Sam Darnold, 246. We both took over. He had 241.
Wow.
So we both missed that, but you got one on me. You got one on me with Jordan Addison of 40 yards of all things.
Yep.
That's crazy. But we'll pick on Saturday new ones. We should have went. We probably would have both got the kicker wrong. I thought he was just going to be kicking extra points in this game.
I probably would have gone under for sure.
Harrison just said the best star power name, but I guess the star is Flores. Everybody's talking about him being a head coach now. There's articles out. It was just like that. Boom. Everybody's got him going now.
What'll be interesting is if Ben Johnson leaves the Lions, because if the Bears could nab Ben Johnson from the Lions, it weakens the Lions tremendously, and it really strengthens the Bears.
I don't want him going to the Bears.
I don't either, but what a fun head coaching regimen you'd have in the NFC North with Kevin O'Connell, Matt LaFleur, Dan Campbell, and Ben Johnson. I mean, Ben Johnson's going to have to prove it, right? Just because you're a great coordinator doesn't mean that you're going to be a great head coach, but he's a pretty damn good offensive coordinator, very good at what he does. But on the other part of that, there were some parts of that game against the Texans where you could see that their run game wasn't working like it usually does. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't look as smart, right? Like Ben Johnson doesn't look like that same dude when he's in 3rd and long and trying to call a game. It makes you, it's a big difference. His offensive line allows him to do whatever the hell he wants to do, right? Which makes him look good. So be careful, if you're the Bears going out getting Ben Johnson and assuming that he's your savior. They're still going to have to stock up on the offensive line. They got a lot of shit on that offensive line.
What do you think the keys of the game are this coming week? Just to touch on it.
Dude, my key is going to be pretty much the same as the keys was this week, which is don't lose the game. Go win the game, but don't lose the game. You know what I mean? Don't throw 3 interceptions in the red zone. Don't let them score a defensive touchdown.
Let's say we get to the 18-yard line. No reason to throw it in the end zone right now.
No. This is a game that you can win with defense and solid ball control offense. Just win the turnover battle, run the football, win with defense. It can be an ugly defensive game. It can hit the under on 39.5. But if the Titans don't score more than 10 points and you kick 4 field goals, you win the game. We
got Stan here asking us, do you think we're winning at least one playoff game?
I do. I think it's a really good football team.
Yeah. I'd like to win the division.
Yeah,
I feel more comfortable about it.
I'd like to play games at home, especially if you end up being like a 12, 13 team win team and you don't win the division and you're stuck on the road. That sucks.
So if you finish, what would it be? 5th? Yeah, 5th. You'd play the 4th best team, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'd win.
Yeah. So you're probably playing like
you're
the
winning the first game.
Cardinals or the Falcons is my guess on the road.
Yeah. He could, I feel like pretty comfortable at winning at least one game in the playoffs.
I think that we're going to beat the Cardinals at home. The Cardinals have been playing good ball in the desert. They play really good at home. Their defense plays well at home. I don't think they're the same team on the road.
Every time we play him, he throws up some fuck it balls, and there's Byron. I think Cam Bynum got a pick on him that last time we played him, and iced the game, if I remember right.
I think that this defense is going to be an issue for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think we actually did pretty good against players that are mobile or quarterbacks that are mobile this year. It's like and that was a problem for us for a decade.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't feel like that's so much anymore. Especially even with like the Bears last year, with their mobile quarterback, we were fine against him. Yeah, I feel like we can lean on the run a little more now, right? And play defense, and you just get when you get down to the reds, you get down close, outside the red zone or just inside the red zone. Don't stop doing that, do short passes, do whatever. Don't have to go to the end zone every time, man. Especially on third down. It's one of those things. Sit them down and go, hey, third fucking down. You don't have to score a touchdown, okay? You don't have to score a touchdown. If it's not there, throw it either where only we can get it, or it's got out of the end zone or on the sideline or whatever. Just don't do it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You think that he'd be conscientious of it after the Colts game, throwing a pick in the red zone, then he comes out and throws.
Or the other games we played before that, early in the season.
I don't know if the guy's going to change at this point. It might just be it is what it is. Which means that Kevin O'Connell is going to have to scheme shit up differently to protect himself a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't run screens anymore. We're still not running crossing routes.
The screen game was beautiful the first 5 weeks of the season. Let's get some of that back.
It was great. They were doing stories about it.
Ever since the Jets game, they hasn't seen a good screen.
Yeah, and I don't know why they don't do it, especially if there's a pass rush, right?
The double reverse to Jalen Naylor actually lost me my fantasy football matchup. So I'm in a very deep league, and I have so many injuries at receiver. I had to start Jalen Naylor, and I lost by
-7 yards.
Yeah, I lost by like a half a point to the decimal system.
So he had four total yards and 1 catch.
I would have won if it wasn't for that damn play. Or if he cuts his route off a little shallower and catches the touchdown that Sam threw his way, right? In the end zone, that would have got.
Oh, right. Yeah, if he broke it off and ran a little flatter.
Yeah, that route that he ran was dog shit.
He wasn't
expecting the football.
Thinking that he is not getting the ball.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready to get the ball.
No.
He looked like. He needs to turn his head around and
understand where his defender is and cut it, get flat on it. But
yeah,
not great.
Yeah, you get used to, and you kind of get used to not expecting the ball. You got to constantly remind guys, be ready. And I think Cousins did that, like be ready, and even Casey Keenum, be ready. It's like guys like that tell you constantly, and you see other. I think Kyle Rudolph said something about Tom Brady, about how I would run my route, and then all of a sudden I would see the ball roll by me.
Yeah.
And it was like,
it's like, you're open, turn the fuck around.
You're open, stop.
Yeah. I don't care if you ran a corner route, like if that's what it's designed. Nobody's around.
I felt like that is Aaron Rodgers too. I feel like Aaron Rodgers was like that.
It doesn't have to be so black and white. Like, this is your route to 12 yards. You know what I mean? Like, if you're open, turn around.
Yeah, you're open, turn around, man. You don't see anybody around you. You're
zone
open,
coverage.
stop.
Why are you going to run into a zone? Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the kind of thing that you want to see with this team. Want to see with the quarterback that you have is like backyard football, right? Backyard football. Any what do you guys think in the chat? What do you expect from this game? Give me some expectations. Who do you think's gonna come out and play? Is TJ Hawkins going to just build on this every game? Just build on this. I'm a little worried every time he takes a hit, honestly.
I feel like
he looks like he came out of a spin cycle a couple of times there.
I feel like we're ready for an Aaron Jones game. I think he's got a 100-yard game in him somewhere. It might not be until we play Chicago, but it could be this week.
How were they against the run? What did you say they were?
They're like 13th against the run. They're really stout.
I feel like we've even then we've been good almost every game running the ball, right?
Yeah, I think they're really good up the middle. They got some, Jeffrey Simmons. They got another run stuffer, but you can get them on the edges, and that's kind of what the Vikings want to do. They like to run on the edges.
Yeah, I mean, look at this receiving 40 yards at Evan Ingram. Gabe Davis had one catch for 19 yards. They have some rookie. I forget what he was. I know he caught a ball. Was it Brian Thomas Jr.?
Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, Brian. 2 catches for 12 yards, and it wasn't until like the end of in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel confident that this Titans offense is not going to beat us. So if our offense can do legit anything and not turn the football over, big if, we win this football game.
So you know how excited we were about, just confusing the shit of Anthony Richardson, and now we can. I think I think Will Levis is still starting, right?
Yeah, and this is a guy who doesn't sense pressure very well. So I would guess that there's a strip sack and an interception somewhere in this game. I think he's going to turn the football over.
Yeah, I mean, he was 18 for 23, 2 TDs, no picks.
Against the Chargers,
they lost the Chargers.
They play a Fangio-like defense. They don't really disguise much. They don't pressure much.
Sacked 7 times, though.
Well, that's because they have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa rushing you. That's kind of their thing. They drop coverage, they rush 4.
I think Greener and Van Ginkel can eat.
Yeah.
I like Calvin Ridley. Yeah, this isn't a scary offense by any means.
No. Basically, shut down Pollard. He's the guy who can break one. Shut down Calvin Ridley. You take away those 2 guys, I'm not really scared of anything else.
They had 4 sacks on defense. Oh, Jake Gibbons, 15 tackles.
Jeffrey Simmons is the guy to look out for against us.
Yeah, he had 5 tackles, but no sacks or tackle for losses. I don't know about pressures.
Jeffrey Simmons against our right guard is going to be a problem.
And honestly, he's been playing better, right?
Been playing better, but this is a guy who can get after us. So we're going to have a plan. We're going to have to get 2 sets of hands on Jeffrey Simmons.
Got a W from Barber. We'd go 17-0 every year with Barber. I expect the defense to do the same. Gave up a score or 2 in lockdown in the second half. The offense needs to complete drives. Sam Darnold and we will not biting nails and win by double digits.
You want to know my hot
Says
take?
Me every week.
Yeah. Here's my hot take. Tell me if anybody disagrees with me. The Vikings win at Tennessee. The Vikings win at Chicago. The Vikings beat the Cardinals at home. The Vikings beat the Falcons at home. I think we're going 4-0 the next 4. I don't see a loss on the schedule.
Is that 4-0 or 5-0? Is it? Yeah, 4-0.
Titans, Bears, Cardinals, Falcons. 4-0.
Okay, 4-0. Yeah, and we picked that last time, right?
Yeah, that. And that's ballsy of me to say, barely beating Jaguars on the road, but I don't see a loss in those next 4.
They agree with you, man. Yes.
I know that the Falcons have weapons.
Fight.
Yeah, I know the Falcons have weapons. I just don't see them coming in here and beating us. I think that this defense is going to give Kirk fits.
I said this earlier. They're just inconsistent. I mean their running game could go off at any point. Their
we
passing
have a
game
great
could go off
run
at any
defense.
point.
That's our ace in the hole on this defense is that you can't beat us with the run.
Well, and then 509 yards on fucking Matt Ryan Day was insane. But they do have weapons, but they don't. They're not. They don't. Well, the receivers are okay. London's good. And their tight end's pretty good. He had a good rookie year and kind of fell off after that, but he really hasn't anybody to throw to him. At least that wasn't in a Walker. But yeah, they're not consistent. And their defense is meh. So
yeah.
It's an okay team. It's not top of the
lost to the Saints. The broken Saints.
Yeah, I mean they did the same thing when they lost to frickin' Seattle at home. They just fucking didn't do anything. They could have honestly, they easily could have won that game if their kicker didn't miss 2 easy kicks. That was he missed 2 kicks earlier in the game and
Kuz's been off.
That sucked.
Yeah, he's a good kicker too.
Yeah, you would think. You'd think he missed 2.
One
easy one and another one was long, but it was still, he still had the distance. But yeah, that would have put him up. And he just kept missing kicks, and Kurt kept driving it down there. And then the second half, the offense kind of sputtered. So I don't know. And their defense isn't that great. And they're a better team than the Saints. It's just they're just not consistent. And like I said, they blew it. Yeah, just actually got destroyed against Seattle. And Seattle's pretty same deal, hit and miss every week.
Yeah, I mean, especially with DK Metcalf out right now.
Washington, has chinks in their armor, I guess, so that's good. Getting a little worried about how they were going to be a tough to face in the playoffs.
I'd still pick the Vikings over Washington personally. I just think that Washington's defense can be had.
I'll take us up against anybody if our defense plays like that, right?
Yeah, the Lions scare me. It's a damn good football team. If
we play second half, Lions the whole game.
Yeah, with Blake Cashman. Give me Blake Cashman against the Lions. We'll see how that shakes out.
We didn't have him that game?
No. It was the first game he missed. Then he missed the Rams game. So he got hurt in the Jets game, if I recall, and then was out during the bye week. He missed the Detroit game, the Rams game, missed the Colts game, and then came back for the Jags.
And what are you going to ask about, Stan? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, what part of what we were saying did you want to ask about? Apparently we answered it, so that's good.
Site. Yeah, give me Vikings, dude. The caller was talking about this on the show today. How he thinks the Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs, those are your top 2 teams in any order in the NFL. I agree with that. The Chiefs have been getting pretty lucky, but they're undefeated. The Lions are damn impressive. After that, in terms of the NFC, you have the Vikings, the Redskins. I'm still going to call them the Redskins. You know what I'm talking about. It's a better name than the Commanders. And the Eagles as the 3 teams that are kind of right there behind the Lions right now. And I hate to say it, but the Eagles are kind of catching on right now. That's a team that I don't want to play. We just don't have a good history playing that damn team. And Jalen Hurts just is infuriating when he does that tush push. When you get it to a 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2, you're just fucked. They just get it every time. But anyways, those are the 3 teams that I'd put behind the Lions right now. And I think the Vikings are right there. They're real close. If they play turnover-free football, mind you, that's the biggest key, right? They got to play mistake-free football.
Mary, wouldn't it be great to have a nice win, meaning offenses makes touchdowns, love to see a big game. Yeah, so do we. Bring us the Texans game. The Eagles, I just talked to an Eagle fan I think yesterday. And he's not necessarily sold on his team yet. Cowboys are just that bad. They only beat the Jaguars 28-23, so they're good. I think they're back up and coming here. But if you like, for instance, it was a blowout, right? Let's go look at what their quarterback did. Box score. Jalen Hurts, 14 for 20, 202, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Hurt him on the ground, 7 carries, 56 yards, 2 TDs.
Yep.
So it's back to the way. Remember when we were playing them, and they ran the ball like 270 yards against us? We held Hurts to not very much. He didn't have a very good game against us. That was 2 years ago on that Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Even with the 4 turnovers, we were still in it. So we have success against him, I think.
Yeah, Stan brought up a good point that the Niners are getting healthy. It's a pretty good team too when they're healthy. They might still win that division, to be honest. I can see the Cardinals taking a step back.
Yeah, did they let their kicker go? Is that what happened?
No, Moody missed 3 kicks, and Debo went over there and let him hear about it. And then the long snapper got pissed off at Debo, and then Debo threw
that was the long snapper. Who
got arm to the.
Did someone get kicked off the team or let go?
I didn't see that.
I saw an interview that someone got let go. He's no longer on the team. But yeah, Debo hit that guy in the neck.
I saw what the hell was I going to say? Oh, Richard Sherman on his podcast was defending Debo
I saw that.
For saying that to the kicker. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think you should be doing that shit.
Not out in the open like that.
Yeah.
Pull him aside or something, but
yeah, I don't see anything about the Niners letting them go, but they wouldn't let go of Moody.
I swear I saw a head coach do an interview.
They wouldn't let go of Moody. I don't know if they let go of somebody else.
I don't know. I must have missed. I don't know. I must have been dreaming. Back when we beat them, 23-17. That should have been a blowout.
T. Kubler says maybe they let go of Carlson because Moody was out. They had Carlson.
I want to say it was a guy named Jake. Is it Jake Carlson?
No.
Is it 46? That's who the fight was with.
The Niners extended their cornerback for a lot of money, 5 years, $92 million. He's the guy the Vikings might have had interest in.
Now I'm looking. I don't know what I saw, but I swear I saw their head coach do an interview and say they decided to let somebody go. But I might be mistaken. I don't know. I must have been dreaming.
You sure it wasn't the Seahawks who let go of a starting linebacker?
Might have been.
Because that just happened.
Oh, this was yesterday. I saw this.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks cut a starting linebacker who's played like 98% of the snaps as of yesterday. Maybe that's what you saw.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, 49ers are 5-4 now, so they're back in the thick of things.
Yeah, getting healthy, about to play some bad teams, a.k.a. the Bears.
Gosh, man.
Well, anything else you guys in the comments want to talk about? Or should we call it a night?
Okay. Yeah, we can call it a night. Make sure you hit like on your way out, guys. I appreciate it. Keep this train rolling. We're trying to do it every week, 8:45 on Tuesday, unless we have technical difficulties like I had last week. Yeah, give us your score. Give us your record. We got 15-2. 15-2. Or it would, if
I'm gonna go 13 wins. 13 wins, right? So hold on, let me count this out. So we got Tennessee, I said win. Bears win. Cardinals, Falcons win. That gives us 4 wins. So that gives us to 11, right? Is that right, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me fast forward. After the Falcons game, we play the Bears at home. Well, shit, give me another win. Now we're at 12. So I'm calling 6 straight wins from here on out. I'll give us a loss at Seattle because I feel like I'm searching for a loss. All right. So what are we, 12-3?
I thought you gave us 6 wins. That's 13.
Oh, I'm at 13-3 then. And then the Packers at home win. So I'm at 14.
Yeah.
Lions on the road. I don't know.
So did you have us beating Seattle or not?
No, lose.
Okay, then you're 13-3 with them, and then you play the Lions.
Yeah, and then I said win over the Packers to get to 14.
No, without you, because you got math, man. 16 games, then you're playing the Lions, so you're 13-3. You beat Packers, making you 13 wins.
Got it.
Yeah, and then
Lions. That game's going to depend on who's sitting who. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's our record, and we're at 13-3 going into that game, they're probably playing. I would imagine that they're within 1 game of each other or something. So
yeah.
T. Coobs, who do you have the losses to with your 11-6 record?
Who are you losing to, man? Who are you losing to?
I'm guessing he's going to say Chicago, Falcons, Packers, Lions. That's 4. There's 1 more in there. Seahawks.
4 losses. That means we go 4-4 the rest of the year.
Yeah, that would feel kind of bad with the shitty teams that we're about to play.
That means we win the next 4 like you want, and you lose the last 4.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get your losses, Kubler? Oh, here we go.
1 to either the Cardinals or the Falcons, 1 to the Bears, losses to the Packers and Lions. Yeah, I mean, it's believable.
Cousins is 3-0 in revenge games.
At this point, though, a loss to the Bears would make me feel pretty sick. That team's falling apart.
It would. Yeah, it would make me feel like pretty shitty about our team.
Falling apart.
You know.
It would also suck to lose to the Packers at home.
Yeah, all these games would piss me off. Kubler, thanks for ruining my night. All right. If you're new to the show, make sure you hit subscribe. Any last words, man? Earth the Skull Doc. Any last words, man?
No last words. Look forward to seeing everybody Sunday morning for our recap, or for not the recap, but for our breakdown of the Titans game. And looking for another W.
Let's go.
Let's go.